be honest, I don't know. This time I don't have the answers.
Good evening.
Sing Monica.
Come on in. Come on in.
When so many things
Go ahead and tag someone. Invite them in.
People I love made promises they didn't keep.
They can come back and watch the replay. I won't be before you long on this evening. Just want to give this word of encouragement. Good evening. Welcome to Wisdom Wednesday. Good evening. Good evening to you. Come on in. Welcome to Wisdom Wednesday. I hope you've had a good week thus far.
Because I know you won't give up on me. Sometimes it's hard to believe. There were times that my faith got weak, and the tears made and the things that go.
Come on in.
In my pride, I refused to pray. I was talking to everybody else. I just now trusting God. Trusting God, I'm trusting God. I just now believing every word you promised me. I just now holding on. Let me want you to know when life seems out of control. Be still and know. Be still. That God is in control. It doesn't make sense. Be still. My God is in control. Be still and know. That God is in control.
Good evening. Good evening. I hope you guys are doing good. I hope you're doing well. Come on in. Tag someone and come in. So I'm gonna go ahead and give you a word of encouragement. I'm welcome to Wisdom Wednesday, y'all. I'm thankful that you have joined in, tuned in, whether it's you tuning in now or after for the replay. But I just come this evening to give you a word of encouragement. It's so much going on today in the world, and so words of encouragement, um, words of hope, different things can go a long way when it comes to individuals. I always say you never know what others may be going through. We may think that we're the only individuals that may go through whatever the case may be. But I come this evening to just encourage you. Okay? I just want to encourage you. Many of you know I love encouraging others. And tonight is not about giving any instructions. Tonight is just about encouraging, okay? And so I just come by this evening, and I'm sorry if my voice sounds a little raspy. I have been traveling over the last few weeks. I have been speaking over the last few weeks. And so there's a lot of things that are kind of in the atmosphere, in the air. And so please forgive me if my voice is sounding a little raspy. I won't be before you long. But as I said, I just come by this evening to give you a word of encouragement. For those of you that are new, thank you for joining me. Oftentimes, I do go back. I try to reply because I get a lot of different messages, to the best of my ability. Um, Sometimes it be a lot, and and so forgive me if I don't personally call you out or respond when you're commenting on my posts or my lives. I do appreciate it. I do appreciate you tuning in, but I'm not always able to respond. But I do appreciate you. I do appreciate you tuning in. I do appreciate your support. I do appreciate your seeds that you may sow into the ministry or into the work that I do. I do a lot of things. Um, God has given me the ability to do that, and so I'm thankful. So whatever you may do on behalf of renovating lives, reestablishing you, um, women on a mission, whatever you may do, it does not go overlooked, and it is thoroughly appreciated. I want you to know that. Um, Oftentimes, many of you just out the blue, you may sow a seed into renovating lives. You may send a cash app. Those things, let me tell you, with my nonprofit, which is a lot of things that I do to renovating lives, for the community, for individuals, for people. Listen, I don't make money for that. I don't get any money for that. Okay. Those things are utilized for different events that I may host. Because some things, I try not to have it to come out of my pocket, because running a business or doing certain things, when it comes to nonprofits, sometimes it can be taxing for individuals. Sometimes, the individuals, the money does come out of their pocket, or it offsets. Um, but I'm thoroughly, humble and honored that God chooses me to give me visions and bring the provisions in, and the people that participate, that come to the events, they sow the seeds, whether if they come to the events or not. That I appreciate, because a lot of you I may not have met. You may follow me on social media. So, and I'm about, it's not always the ones that you may know, because really the individuals that you may know, those are the individuals that really you can expect or get a lot of support from different individuals than the ones who quote unquote you would think. That's why you have to be open to networking, to meeting, to getting out of your familiar places. Because when God puts you on assignment, it's not going to always be the ones that you think should support you, not the ones who you may have helped, you have may imparted into, you may have pushed, you may have opened doors through God for those individuals. Those all the time is not the individuals who you will be getting support from. Oftentimes, you know, keep it hot. Oftentimes, those people kind of forget. Those people, their motives may be a little bit differently. But when God has you on assignment, when He's told you to do things, believe me when I tell you, God will provide for you. I know this to be so. He will do just that. So you don't get discouraged. And this is not my word for tonight. But I know oftentimes I message, I get people not understand. If I waited for certain people to support, or certain people to do, or whatever the case may be, I will be waiting. And there's many of people who may support, or many of people who may be in my inbox, who may be asking for support or asking for this, that, and the other. But oftentimes, those are not the same people who may support myself. They may not support others, but they always are asking. This stuff that God has birthed some individuals to do on assignment or on purpose. You know, it's God who gives the increase. It's God who will cause men to give into your bosom. So you don't get discouraged. You stay on what God has called you to do and what He's called you to do. Not copying what other people are doing because you think it looks good or it can make, bring some light on you, or you want to do it too because you know you can and you got some ideas that you want to do. But if God didn't call you to do it, do not do it. Some people, and this is not the word that the Lord has told me to release on tonight, but what I'm telling you from experience. I'm telling you from knowledge. I'm telling you as a coach, because I coach. I'm a certified coach. Some people are doing all this different stuff so they can take this and show this certification and do all these different things because it's a trend, because it looks like everybody else is doing it. Let me tell you something. That's because does not mean that God has told them to do it. And that's why a lot of people get frustrated, wondering why nobody's supporting them here, wonder why this, that, and the other, trying to get connected to individuals that God did not tell them to, and wondering why. Okay, God didn't tell you this, but then you come back and say, well, no, I thought God said this, but no, I've got to do this. No, you got to do it because you weren't following God's will anyway. Yes, He told you to do that, but then you saw everybody else doing something else, so then you try to hop on and do it. You got to do what God has called you to do. You got to walk in your own lane. You got to know that you're hearing Him for yourself. It's not about trying to fill out these voids that some people have with this imposter syndrome. And I keep saying that because many people, they're not mature in the Lord. They are doing trying to do what everybody else is doing. God has not called them to do a thing. They're getting attached. They're going, they're listening to this person. They're going over here. They're trying to do that. This person laying hands on this person laying hands. All these different things so they can look the part. But God has not called you to do. If God has not called you to do it, then shame on you. You're halting things. You're pausing things. You understand what I'm saying? One thing I can tell you, that everything that I'm doing and have done, the Lord has told me, and some things I have sat on because I have to wait on what the Lord has said done. But believe me, let me tell you something. The assignments that God has told me to do and the people He's told me to cover, that's what I have done. And when He has told me to pull back, that's what I have done. And that's why I'm doing, because some people, your motives cannot be bad. I'm sorry. They cannot be bad. And what I do is I sit back, because although I know the giftings that the Lord has given me prophetically and being a seer in other things, everything is not meant to be said. Everything is not meant to be like, I told you, or this, that, and the other. No, because sometimes people got to find out for themselves. That's why some of you, and this is not the word, but I'm telling you through wisdom, you got to keep your mouth off of people. God has told you something to do, you do it. You let people find out by themselves. Because so many of you, you run your mouth too much. You talk too much. You gossip all the time. And you need that tongue. It's so powerful that you think you're using to destroy others, but it's going to destroy you. You're putting your mouth on people you shouldn't be putting your mouth on. I got to get this out because, Lord, I hear you, Lord, that you shouldn't put your mouth on. Woe unto you. Just because you see individuals that you think are walking the park, quoting the scriptures, all the part, this, that, and the other. Let me tell you something. Even the elect, listen, there's a lot of deception in this hour. And listen, many will be deceived because you're following at the titles. You following by what look good. You following by what I've been knowing this person. You following by this, that, and the other. And some of you are not even mature in where you need to be mature in. But we have to get to that place in this hour where we know Him for ourselves. Not for what nobody else said. Not for what your grandma prayed and what your mama prayed and all these other things. Get to know for yourselves. That's why many of you, you're stagnant. You haven't even moved in your own purpose of what Lord has told you to do because you trying to help push. It's all right to help others push and this, that, and the other, their purpose. But you better not abort yours. I say that a lot because many of you, And then people try to make you feel bad because of that manipulation thing. Like you got to do this and got to do that and honor this and do that and the other, but you're dropping what the Lord has told you to do. They won't support, but the same ones ain't supporting you. They want to push, the same ones ain't pushing you. Reciprocation is important. Don't have people manipulate you to think, well, if you're not doing this and honoring this and doing that and all this over here, that ain't how it go. Be wise in this hour. Hearken to his voice. Read his word. You're going to need it. But anyway, that's not the word for this evening. I will tell you this. When there's a will, there's a way. When there's a will, there's a way. When there's a will, there's a way. And although you may be going through what you may be going through right now, you definitely want that. You've thrown in the towel so many times, but there's a bit of hope. You keep picking that towel up. You keep starting back on it again. There's a reason. When there's a will, there's a way. God is the will. Because he knows exactly where you're supposed to be. He knows exactly where we're going. He knows when we're going to fall. He knows how we're going to fall. He knows how long it's going to take us to get back. He knows. So you got to understand that the will of God will not take you where he know you can be consumed. You're at a place right now where he's pruning, he's remaking, he's renewing, he's refreshing you. But you have to recognize what he's trying to do and start allowing the outside forces, the outside things, the outside distraction to get you off course. You're in this place that you're in for a reason. But when there's a will, there's a way. He already has the way paved out. He already has the way planned. He already has the way of escape for you. All you have to do is just surrender. All you have to do is just turn from your wicked ways. All you have to do is repent. All you have to do is surrender your will into his. Because when there's a will, there's a way. His will and not your will. Let his will be done and not your will be done. The way of God is hope. It's healing. It's deliverance. It's freedom. Do you understand? It's blessings. It's prosperity. Listen, it's pruning. It's repentance. It's turning around. It's not doing the same thing the same way and expecting different results. I encourage you to understand that when there's a will, there's a way. Let the will of God consume you. Let his will cause you to surrender your all into his. Let it cause you to not think things to be strange, what may be going on around you. Because even in this, is written. But even though it has been written, nothing new is under the sun. And one thing's for certain, two things for sure. We are still victorious. It may not feel good. It may not sound good. It may not look good. But exactly how you praise and glorify him when it don't look good, do the same thing. Well, when it look good, do the same thing when it don't look good. Put a praise on it anyhow in the good. Put a praise on it anyhow in the bad. Put a praise on it. But remember, when there's a will, there's a way. In all things, give glory. In all things, give praise. In all things. I want to encourage you. I want to give you hope that although it looks dim, your morning is soon to come. The Bible tells us that what we may be going through is a light affliction compared to the glory, compared to what he has. Those promises that you've been told and you've read about and you prayed, they will come in his timing. Nothing is new under the sun, y'all. Ecclesiastic tells it nothing. There's a time and a season for everything. So understand, whatever season that you may be in, no matter if it's, listen, if bad things that happen, good things that happen, we all have our season. But while you're in your season, if it's raining, dance in the rain. If it's turbulence, dance in the turbulence. Praise him in it through it all. Because when there's a will, there's a way. And all the ways lead to him. It leads to healing. It leads to freedom. It leads to change, transformation. So be encouraged. Know that he has you and he's lifting us with his righteous hand. Know that no matter whatever your past may be, whatever you may be currently going through, he's the will and the way. Don't allow your past to hinder your progress. Don't allow your past to hinder you going forward. Because even in that, even in everything that we've been through, there's lessons and there's blessings. So continue to trust him. Be still and know when there's a will, there's a way. And he's both of them. So God bless you. I hope that I've said something to you this evening that will encourage you, has encouraged you, has given you a beam of hope, has caused you to dust your knees off to get back up, wipe your tears, because everything is going to be all right. And if you fall, get back up. If you went in the wrong direction, turn around. It's all good. We've been there. Every one of us. No one is perfect. Sometimes we make stupid decisions, but it's still never too late. If there's a will, he's the will. And he's the way. Thank you for joining me this evening, y'all, on Wisdom Wednesday. I enjoy doing what I do, and I'm so appreciative of those who always are tuning in from all over the world. Also, a few things. If you have not liked my Renovating Lives page, or if you're a woman and are not in my Women on a Mission group, inbox me so that I can add you to that group. If you have not liked the Renovating Lives page or Reestablishing You page, please do so. Or Renovating Lives YouTube page. Please do so. I post videos up there sometimes, short videos of encouragement or whatever the word the Lord gives to me. I post them on YouTube weekly from time to time, not daily, but weekly. I'll try to put something up there weekly. I'm thankful for you. Also, if you would like to sow into Renovating Lives, the Cash App is up there. Like I said before, those donations I utilize to do some of the work that I do through Renovating Lives. Additionally, I will have my women's event that I have done annually for the last 3-4 years. Renovating Lives is something that was birthed. The ministry, the nonprofit was birthed in 2008. And so I do a lot of things through Renovating Lives. And over the years, especially as close as I get to retirement, I will begin to do more things. But nevertheless, God has blessed me to be able to help do things for others. But as we all know, things do cost money. And so the visions that God has given me, I know he will give provision and he will send individuals to send blessings. So I appreciate those. I will have my Women's on a Mission and Renovating Lives round 4 event. Healing Begins with Revealing. It's round 4. It will be November the 2nd. If you have not registered, you can go on Eventbrite. You can look at my Facebook page, my personal page, or Renovating Lives page. think it's on Reestablishing You. I will make an event page as well, but I haven't made one yet. But I will be making one. But you can go on that to register. It is very, very limited seating because of what we will be doing that particular night. We will be having empowerment, fun. We're going to have empowerment, food, and fellowship. We're going to have a good time. And if you've ever been to the previous ones, 1, 2, or 3, or all of them, you already know. You already know what it's going to be. So I'm excited about round 4. Picture this. And so please, whomever, people come from different places, please register. And I hope to see you soon. But join me next week, Lord's willing, for Wisdom Wednesday for another word of encouragement. Have a blessed rest of the week and be encouraged.